All right, we're back. Guys, so before we stop right on the loops, so this one in here, this one, I think you can see right here in here, this one is basically just for you stored all the properties that you show to your client, sign and date by hand. Okay. Now we go in here. Okay. So you're gonna make an offer. You can start right here. You can put a pre-offer, for example. You can put the offer that you're gonna make, 500,000, for example. And now we're gonna start the loop. I do not go in detail on all the things that you need. I'm just gonna show you pretty much the documents that you need. And so right now it appears you need the CIS form and the real estate sales contract. In the near future, remember that you're going to need buyer's agreement, which buyer's agreement, again, guys, buyer's agreement, when you sign it, when you create this loop with the client's name in here, you will upload the client's buyer's agreement. I'm sorry, guys. Buyer's agreement, you upload it in here also, okay? So let's go back to the property. Now, what's documents that we need? We go in here, and you're going to add documents. You go to templates. So we create in here a few that that already have pretty much listings and everything, and we have buying documents. You get in here, and we have the CIS already there. The wire fraud notice, it should be there, so you're going to add it. Coronavirus, you don't use it anymore. If it's an FHA, remember you have to add the FHA form. Dual agency, if you are doing a dual agency is necessary. We're not going to talk about that. Remember, if you represent the buyer or the seller, or, guys, it's very important. In there, say dual agency. It doesn't say dual agent. So, meaning, if you are putting an offer, and the example I give prior on before was a house that was Sylvia put on the market. So if you're going to put an offer on a Sylvia's house, you have to have the dual agency form. Okay? Contract of sale information sheet. This one, I will going to click in here too, so you can talk a little bit about it. What else we need? Commission, we don't need it yet. Okay? So this is some that we need. Okay? The ones that are not here yet, and you still need it, you go in here. You need to know your NAR's number, so you have access to all of the NAR documents. Okay? So this is all the NAR documents. The ones that I show you, this one is the ones that I try to put aside, the ones we need more. That's the buying documents. We're going to need more, so you're going to be adding in here. But if you don't find it in here, you go to Direction Realtors documents, and you will find everything that NAR has. Okay? So I don't remember if you have, let's say that we have an FHA. You go in here, FHA or VA addendum, and you copy. Okay. So what do you have now? We have CIS. I like to put in order. CIS. You have the contract of sale information. We have the wire fraud notice. I notice that some of you don't use it, but this is very important that you have it. Now, okay, we have a FHA in here, so you're going to take it out. Okay, so FHA. And, you have another contract of sale in here, so let's take these away from you. I don't want to confuse you. So, okay. So, we have CIS, contract of sale, this information sheet. Okay, unarchive. Let's unarchive that. When I go see the archive, show archives. So we go in here and unarchive. Yes, I'm sorry. Because this is the contract of sale information sheet. You don't need that on the beginning. Okay, something that I want to show you guys. All right, so what else you need in here? Somebody can tell me. FHA, wire notice, dual. is missing. I don't put the dual in here. Okay, guys? Anytime it's right here. So, under car. Either cars. Okay, perfect. All right. So, now that you have these, we're going to start through the contract of sale. Okay? What are you going to do? These will pop out. Very good, guys. So, you're going to put the buyer's information. In this case, Pedro Malta. If it's more buyers, how many buyers you have. You're going to put the buyer's agent. I'm just going to put the direction. Listing agent, if you have the information, all of that. Now you're going to fill it up all of this form the best you can, because that's going to help you a lot on the future. Okay? I like to see the full numbers. So let's say the commission is, so how much commission is 2 minus 150. Earnest money, so remember that's the first deposit. Let's say that's $5,000. The money is going to be held by buyer's attorney. I'm sorry. Closing date. So you're going in here and you're going to choose the closing date. So you're going to put an offer today. You may want to close August 29. Doesn't really matter. What's included, what include? I usually put as per listing agreement. If you want to be more specific, you can be. You go to the listing, you see is there, whatever it's include or not include, and you can write down in here. Lot number 1, block 101. Okay, and you click autofill. What's going to happen? Some of these things are going to be pop out in here already filled. So buyer's name, blah, blah, blah. So if you have the seller's name, it's very important that you have the buyer's address in here. Okay, so let's going to start on the top of the page. So in here, you're going to represent the buyer, not the seller in this case, or if you are working as a transaction broker, neither. So we're going to be the buyer. Okay, so all the signatures. In here, you're going to put the name of the person who's writing the contract. So in this case, will be you. That's me who's filled up these. So he's going to be your name. Selling broker, and you say selling broker is you. I know you say broker, but it's going to be your signature. Okay? Keep going. So in here is going to be your client's name, your client's address. It's very important that you fill it up these. Seller's name. If he's on a listing, you can do it. If he's not on a listing, you definitely can go to the tax records or call the listing agent and ask for their client's name. All right? Property address. Block and lot, and now we're going to come to the point that show your offer. So you are offered $500,000, and the first deposit that you do is $5,000. But what kind of mortgage do you have? FHA, conventional. Let's say that you have FHA because it's the most. It's FHA. So let's calculate this in here. So you have $500,000 offer minus 3.5%. So your loan, your mortgage, your client's mortgage will be $480,000 to $500,000. You just put the comma in here. I'm very picky on these. Okay. So this meaning that your client, the down payment of your client is $17,500. This is the $12,000 done on the closing and the $5,000 first. I always recommend for you to go ahead and put a second deposit also. So let's put another $5,000 on the second deposit. And as you can see, the number in here is going to change. So now your client just have to bring to the table $7,500 plus closing costs plus your commission if he's the one who pay commission. Okay, so it's very important to think about this right now. Okay, and by the way, I'm giving you this right now. I'm pretty sure this contract is going to change a little bit. It may. So if there's any changes on the contract, I will come back to you guys and I'll let you know. Okay. So initial deposit will be on buyer's attorney. You try to get on the buyer's attorney all the time. So you click in here. The date you leave blank. So that means 5 days after full signed contract. So you send the offer to the agent, or the agent is going to show to their clients. If they accept it, as of that date, you have 5 days to get the first deposit to your client's attorney. All right. So the additional deposit or second deposit, I like to say, because we never know when attorney review will. I don't know why this camera is always, but that's okay. You don't see me before, but I'm here. I'm still. I think you hear me talk. So, meaning that the attorney review, you usually don't know how long it's going to take. Going to take a day, 3 days, a month. So for you to make sure that you follow the timeline correctly, I always do 5 days. And let's go back in here. Sorry. Here. I'll do 5 days after attorney review. So meaning that when the attorney, you receive the letter that saying that attorney review is over, you can go ahead and get that check from your client and drop it in your buyer's attorney. Now, in here, principal amount is the amount that your mortgage is, $482,500, right? Type of mortgage, you say that was FHA. If it's VA, if it's conventional, if it's 203K, if it's cash, you click order and you put down cash in here. So if it's cash, you click order and you go ahead and you write down cash, okay? But on this case, we are working like on an FHA. An FHA is a term of the mortgage is 30 years with a payment based on 30, all right? Now, written mortgage commitment. All right, when are you going to have the mortgage commitment? So usually we do it like 2 weeks prior to the closing date. So if the closing date is August 29, you're going to have that commitment around the 15th. 7, no, I'm sorry. July, August 29, 50, okay? August 15. And you just keep going. So as you see in here, because you did this on the beginning, now that's pre-filled it as per listing agreement, exclude items from sale as per listing agreement, okay? So I'm just going to fly over in here the best I can. So that one is, if it's one family, is not applicable. We're going to say that house was built before 1978, so it's applicable. All right? Let's just keep going, fill up everything in here. And basic is everything in here. Now in here is going to be the name of the firm, address, declaration of brokerage relationship. So who are the name of the firm? What do you represent? New Direction, right? New Direction Realty. What's your name? You know your name? My name is Pedro Lotte, and I'm the one who fills the contract. So there you go. And I represent my client as a buyer agent. What's the name of the company that supplied this information? On this case, we took a look at Sylvia's one. So let's say that's New Direction, but let's put any agency. Any agency. So that means that's an agency that work, and they work as a seller agent. Okay. Now you're going to listing form. Any agency, you're going to put their license number. You're going to put the agent name, agent's license number. If you have this information, you can go ahead and do it. Address, phone number, and everything. Email address is very important, and you can find it at the listing agreement. So you just go from there. What else? Oh, you go participation form, which is New Direction, because you represent New Direction, right? For Realty, New Direction Realty license ID number, participate agent, so it's you. I don't know how to write my name anymore. Okay, your license number. Address, hopefully everybody know that we are located at 18 Oliver Street, Suite 301. Okay. In Newark, New Jersey 07102. Phone number, if you don't know. Why is this thing keep going berserk on me? Okay, if you don't know, the office number is 833-984-4663. Fax number, nobody uses fax anymore, but 908-818-1078. And hopefully you know your cell phone number, and hopefully you know your email, and the commission, you auto-populate that so it show up in here. So we just keep going. Now, right here. Okay, so it's an FHA loan, you click in here. It's before 1978, so you need a lead-based paint, you click in here. If it's a private sewage, if it's a private well, or whatever it is, if you're going to ask for sales concession, this is a short sale, swimming pool, underground full tank, you should click in here whatever the property is, and in here you're going to put all the other additional provisions. So you can say that, all right, this is our offer for your property. As of right now, we are going to, and the wording is different, but the meaning is, say that, for example, on inspection, that you're going to use the inspections for information purposes only. You're not going to ask for nothing more than, unless it's a structural and environmental. Okay? You also can, and there's a lot of questions around this, a lot of you ask me for it. Should I waive appraisal? All right? That's something that you need to be very careful. Talk to your client, and whatever you decide to do regarding the appraisal, you should have it in writing. And of course, you're going to put it in here. And the rest, say whatever, is if he's gonna say no, you're not gonna care about the appraisal, so you're gonna write down we avoid appraisal, or, which I don't recommend, definitely not avoid appraisal because it could be a big gap and it's a problem. But if it's your client decision, you got to be always the client decision. Make sure you have in writing and signed by him, by the client. Okay? So in this case, I'm the client. Let's say that I'm going to waive appraisal. So I'm going to write a form saying, yes, I understand that I'm waiving appraisal. If the appraisal comes below my offer, I have to come with the difference, and I'm okay with that. Sign on this date. All right? I don't recommend to avoid the completely appraisal, even though that the houses is being appraised so far, but we never know. But if your client want to get a little more strong offer, you can say, we will come with $10,000 above appraisal if the house appraised below the offer price, but never more than the offer that we make. Again, if your client is okay with $10,000, $20,000, $15,000, whatever you talk to your client and decide, have it in writing. All right, guys? Have it in writing. Write a piece of paper, write on a computer, have it signed by them. I prefer all these kind of things have a wet signature, but it can be through email back and forth. Make sure that they understand, make sure that they respond to you, and put it back on a file, okay? So, end of the contract, you're going to save, and you're going to share with your client for them to sign. Okay, your client is page remote, so nothing appears in here, so you're going to send to them. This part of the contract is done. Oh, by the way, you shouldn't share yet, because you have more documents, right? On a wire fraud notice. So, autofill, whatever it is. This is just some protection for your client regarding the wire frauds. So, make sure that they understand. Make sure that they sign. Oops, sorry. This is your client. I'm the client in here. So make sure they sign, they understand what's going on. You have to add that to the contract. Okay, now you have amended to FHA. Again, this is going to pop out if it's the first time you are doing this. Now, very important. And here's something that some of you sometimes get a little confused. On the first page, you don't see nothing, so you forgot the rest. But you have a second page in here that say that the bank doesn't loan you, that doesn't give you more money. The bank's just going to give you money till the amount of the appraisal come up. So you offer on this particular, you offer $500,000, so you're going to put in here, this is going to say that the bank only loan you money up to $500,000 or up to appraised value, whatever is less. Okay, so let's say that you put an offer of $500,000, sometime happens that the appraisal come at 520 or 530, the bank doesn't going to give you the difference. The bank doesn't going to loan you 530. The bank just, maximum the bank is going to lend you is 500,000 or less if the appraisal come less, okay? So it's very important. You will save it. You will go back. Right? Contract of sale information sheet. That's something that I just go over real quick here. That's something that you should fill up the maximum you can. It's very important to have it. Yeah. So you have the property address. You're going to have the seller's names in here, whatever it is, home address, contact information, email address, the seller, if you have it, the buyer, which is your client on this case, page remote, if you have his number phone. Very important right now. So on the beginning, you may not have the seller's attorney information because the offer is not accepted yet. But if you fill up this document and send it with the offer, the other party already have your buyer's attorney information. If you have it, you should fill up all of this part. Mortgage information, you put it in here. So you give the advantage for the realtor to know already that you're serious, you already have attorney, you give him the mortgage information to your client. Listing agent information, you just fill it up this in here. In here, as you can see, it's your information, so make sure that you know. This is very important. It's a piece of paper, piece of document that you should follow with your offer. It's always good. It's a lot of information, good information to make your offer a little stronger, okay? So basically, that's what I want to show you on this section in here. So again, just go back a little bit. You have the client's file where you're going to put your buyers, every house that you show to your buyers, sign and date by them, and where you actually can put it and you should put it. And let's do it right here where is your client, the buyer's form, okay? In here, it's just a property. So let's say that you make an offer of 123 Main Street and the offer then got accepted. Now you're going to put an offer on another property. Don't use this one, guys. Don't use this one. This one is for 123 Main Street. You need to have it in file. Even if it's not accepted, you have to have it in file for at least 6 months. So do not modify these for another property. Create a new one. There's no limit on properties that you can have on your roof. So you're gonna create another one. If your client wanna put an offer in another house, different house, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as long as till you find one that actually went through, you create one. Every time you create an offer, please guys, don't use the MLS number, don't use the client's name, use the offer, the address. All right, the property address. All right. So we're good for you right now. On the next one, we're going to talk about buyer's agreement, which is very, very important. So stay tuned. All right, guys? See you in a little bit.